Hi, this is MindoPod with a Samurai Siege preview of the new feature that lets you edit your village. When we click the menu button in the lower left, we now notice a new button appears called Edit Mode. Once in the Edit Mode, we find 7 new buttons. The buttons on the left are for saving and display options. The buttons on the right let you make changes. Let's begin with the display options. If you click the third button down that says No Overlay, you can see at a glance what level each element has been upgraded to. This makes it easy to find the things you want to upgrade next and to see which are your strongest defensive towers so you can place them to best advantage. If you click the same button a second time, it now shows you the standard info you see in regular game mode, such as how many hours are left for an upgrade and whether the practice yards are full or not. Click it again and the board is cleaned up to hide all that information. The fourth button on the left turns on or off a grid overlay so you can see at a glance where the boundaries of your base are and have an easy way to line things up with each other. Click it again to turn off the grid. On the right side, we see the Remove All Walls button. When we click it, the walls are stored in a dock at the bottom of the screen and are sorted by level. In a couple minutes, we'll look at how you can place walls individually, but first let's look at one of the coolest features of the new Edit Mode. When we click the Add Walls button, we automatically get all our walls placed around separate structures for us. It may not put them exactly where we want them, but it gives us a good starting place, and we can modify sections of wall from there. The wall editor looks for buildings without spaces between them and creates a clustered group, and then puts a wall around that group. It uses up all the walls you have and kind of distributes them as best it can. Notice how the practice yard is set apart by itself and how the walls have been placed all around it. And see how this dojo had a one grid space between it and the markets and wells? That's why a wall was placed between them here. If you had the spacing right and had enough walls, then this cool feature would automatically put all your walls in for you, all at once. If the placement of the walls is not really what you want, then just hit the Remove All Walls button. Let's do that now and remove the walls again and see my second favorite feature. If we click the second button on the right side here called Multi-Select, it then lets us click on the grid and drag over to an opposite corner and create a selection rectangle as we go. When we stop dragging, all the structures inside that rectangle turn green to show they are selected. As long as we don't hit the button again, we can keep adding onto this grouping by dragging through other structures, making the group larger and larger, like this. When we're done making our selections, we go back to the button in the upper right and click End Multi-Select. Now we can move everything all together as one group. How cool is that? And of course, there's the orange button, Clear Village, that takes everything off the grid and sorts it into slots in the dock at the bottom of the screen. Each structure is sorted by its level, and the numbers below each item tell you how many of each you have. You can scroll left and right to see your full inventory. To place an item back on the grid, just select it and drag it up where you want it. When it comes to placing walls, you can drag a wall segment up onto the grid. Once you place one wall, you'll see the button come up saying Add Another. Click this to have additional wall segments added to that same row. If you have different level walls, the editor will automatically keep extending the wall segment using the same level wall you started the segment with. At any point, you can hit the Restore Village button, and if you click Confirm, you'll be back at the village layout you had before you began editing. If you have made changes you want to keep, click the Save Village button, and after you hit Save, you'll see your new layout, and all your villagers will run back into place.